Hey G-Fans, Gojifan1993 here, and welcome back to day 26 of Godzilla-thon 2014. Today we will be taking a look at GMK. Now, also, right here I have the whole cast. I got my Big X Plus figure, I got the Crumble Zone characters, and a couple Bandai Creation characters. I thought it was pretty funny the way I set them up here. So yeah, but we got a big one today. Got GMK, probably one of the best Godzilla films in the whole franchise, and probably the best film in the Millennium series alone. I love this film so much. It brings back the dark elements to it. It's serious. It has a good message to it. It has a lot of connections to the 1954 film, and also it kind of is a reboot, but I'm kind of, ever since I saw Megaguirus, I'm kind of trying to figure out if these movies, if the Millennium series can be connected with each other. And I don't know, I guess I'll first start by talking about that basically, this Godzilla, if this is considered a reboot or a different kind of movie, it's not connected with the previous two films in the Millennium series. It's only connected with the first one, the 1954 film. So basically, this Godzilla is created from the dead souls of the soldiers that died in World War II. Now, in my last review of this film, I got that mixed up. I actually said, I made a mistake of saying that it was actually the souls that were killed during the attack in 1954 by Godzilla, but that's not the thing that created this Godzilla. It's all the souls that were forgotten by the young generation of all the souls that were lost in World War II. So, my bad. So I got that right finally this time. And they're also saying that there's a huge cover-up by the soldiers, saying that they defeated Godzilla or something like that because they wanted to keep some morale in the military or whatever like that. So it also they just basically forgot everything that the young generation has forgotten about the sacrifices that were made, and then that's why this Godzilla came back as a message, not necessarily this time a metaphor for nuclear destruction, but this time a metaphor as in never forget those who have sacrificed themselves for their country or anything like that. It's basically just a message saying don't forget, always have the memory of those who have died. But yeah, I mean, other than the origin of Godzilla, they also take a huge big liberty with probably the biggest thing, which probably makes some Godzilla fans not happy, the fact that King Ghidorah is a good guy in this movie. He's part of the Guardian Monsters. The Guardian Monsters in this film are King Ghidorah, Mothra, and Baragon. Now, originally, when this film was in production, it was actually supposed to be Anguirus, Varan, and Baragon that were supposed to be the Guardian Monsters, but they were scrapped due to the fact that Toho thought that it would be more marketable that if they put Mothra and King Ghidorah in it because they're more popular monsters. And this is the thing that I hate about Toho, is because they always squander good ideas just to make more money. I hate that so much. They always do that. They always have to put Mothra in everything just because Mothra is a popular character in the Godzilla series. I have no idea why. And they had to totally change King Ghidorah's whole origin just to fit him in here as a character to fight Godzilla. The only character that makes sense is Baragon. They kept him, and he's not even on the cover. He is on this cover, but he's not in the title of the film, and it's like, wow, he got just completely, forgotten. So, I don't even think there's any, I wonder if there's any concept art. There might be some concept art of Anguirus and Varan, if they were going to be in this film, and it would have made it a better film, because we would have had some characters that we haven't seen for a while brought back into a Millennium look. And, I bet Anguirus and Varan would have looked really awesome, because I love Baragon's look. Baragon's look is pretty good. But that's a little bit of an issue that I have with the film. But overall, anyways than that, this is still a really good film. This is, it's a new composer. The soundtrack is just phenomenal. I mean, it is, to me, I think I actually put it as my #1 favorite soundtrack in the whole Godzilla franchise, besides, the main theme and obviously Akira Ifukube's work. But when it comes to a Godzilla soundtrack other than the main theme, this to me is the best, because it's scary sounding. It's intense. It's just epic sounding. I don't really know how else to describe it. And it fits the mood all the way. It actually has a different, and it also has a different sound from any other film. It actually has this kind of electronica sound to it, which is really cool as well, using strings and big, orchestra sound. But it kind of uses some electronic music with it too, and that's what makes it stand out. And that's why I love it so much, because it's kind of a combination of old stuff and new. Also, this movie was directed by the same, I don't know his name, but it was directed by the same guy who directed the Gamera trilogy, which I just love. And so it was perfect that he got his hands on Godzilla and was able to do the stuff that he did with Gamera, and you can totally see the connection between this film and the Gamera trilogy, especially with Gamera 3, because both those films, they just, I don't know, there's a lot of connections. And the thing with Godzilla, how his design overall, people call him the Ghost Godzilla, and that's because his eyes, he doesn't have any pupils. And obviously, I'm gonna give a little funny shout out here to the Master of Carnage. He's made this whole hashtag no pupils thing, so there you go, man. Because I know he'll be watching this review, because GMK is his all-time favorite film and all-time favorite suit. So but with this Godzilla, he kind of reminds me, or he would be a perfect match against Nightmare Gamera, who's in Gamera 3, during that nightmare sequence where Gamera's like this really demented looking creature, and he also doesn't have any pupils. So I think it'd be cool if those two fought each other. But anyway, so but yeah, the whole story is just, it's definitely different, and instead of more scientifical and kind of grounded, they kind of totally throw that out the window and just bring back, it's a definitely, oh my god, I can't even talk today. It's more of a spiritual film. We got the guardian monsters, the 1,000-year-old dragon, which is King Ghidorah. Well, they just call him Ghidorah in this film. And we got Godzilla, which is basically made up of all the souls of the dead soldiers and people who passed away. It's a very spiritual film, and I love that. I think it's really awesome because there's like lore behind it and stuff. It's really cool. And basically it just, the story goes as just Godzilla pops back up again, and the military is trying to figure out what to do with him, and guardian monsters show up and try to defend Earth. And what's funny is that, and I hate how Baragon got the short end of the stick in this film. I mean, he fights Godzilla first, and he fights Godzilla alone. And obviously, Baragon does not stand a chance against Godzilla, and Godzilla beats the crap out of Baragon. And, I mean, there's here, I'm gonna put you over here, buddy. But anyways, there's a part where Baragon's just trying to climb this mountain or hill or whatever, and Godzilla just keeps on slamming it with his tail, and you see it and what I love about this film is that they give the monsters character. There's a lot of animatronics going on with the face, and I love it. There's eyes blinking, eyebrows are moving, the chins, his lips are kind of curling up. It's really, really good animatronics, and they put it with every monster except for Mothra, because I don't know, but definitely Baragon. I mean, and he's so cute. I think he's a cute monster. I don't know. I would love to have him as a pet. Actually, they even say that in the movie, I think. But it's just, Godzilla just destroys Baragon. I mean, he doesn't even have a chance. And then when he fights Mothra, King Ghidorah pops up, and it's a kind of a 2-on-1 battle. But even still, Godzilla still kills both of them with ease. I mean, and Godzilla's a very in this one they made Godzilla very what do I want to say? Sneaky and smart, because there's parts where Baragon is on top of the hill when they're doing their first battle, and Baragon, here, I'm going to demonstrate because I have the figures right here. So Baragon is okay, so right here we have Baragon on the hill, Godzilla's right here, and Baragon's going to charge at Godzilla, but what he does is Godzilla just goes, oh nope, and he just whacks him with his tail, and he flies up in the air and just lands on the ground. It's just ridiculous. And then there's another part where Godzilla sees some Navy ships out in the water, so he's gonna go towards them, but Mothra, she flies up behind him, and then he's charging his breast, but she doesn't know that he's actually gonna turn around and then shoot her, and then she flies away, she just blows up, and so it's just ridiculous. I mean, Godzilla is Godzilla's a meanie pants in this one. I mean, he is just brutal and ruthless. And you know, the thing that was weird about King Ghidorah kind of reminded me of like a Pokemon in this one, because it seemed like Ghidorah popped up, he had his abilities, but he couldn't fly and he couldn't shoot his gravity beams. I just call them his electric beams or whatever. And then like he dies first, and then like Mothra dies, but then her essence goes into King Ghidorah, and then he can fly. So it's like he's evolved, and once he can fly, then he kind of just runs into Godzilla. They fight underwater. There's, you know, cool underwater sequence, and then King Ghidorah dies again, and then a stone that one of the main characters were holding, like a stone falls, and it gives King Ghidorah the strength again, and then he evolves again to where now he can fly and shoot his gravity beams, and it's just like, are you a Pokemon? I don't know. Excuse me, but yeah, the fight scenes are really cool. The end fight is probably one of the best. It's during the nighttime, so it's a really epic look. And the main character is also really good. The main character, Yuri, she's actually my favorite actress in the whole Godzilla franchise. One, because she's a really good actor, because watching this in the Japanese audio and English audio, it's amazing. Actually, even in the English audio, the voice actor for her is really good, but the actual actress, she's also a really good actor. And also because she's hot. Sorry, I'm just, you know, she's hot. I'm sorry. To me, she's the hottest actress in a Godzilla film. But also, what I noticed, and I don't know if anyone's noticed this or anything like that, but I kind of noticed that the English voice actor for her, she sounds like Mulan from the Disney movie Mulan, and I'm thinking, is that the same voice actor? Because can someone figure this out for me? Because like that would be amazing. Because if that was the same voice actor, because Mulan is my favorite Disney movie, a little bit off topic, but Mulan's my favorite all-time Disney movie. So if that voice actress was her voice, I mean, that would just make. Oh, that'd be awesome. So, anyways, but yeah, overall, this movie is epic, amazing. It's true to Godzilla. It's dark. Oh, and you also see, I mean, this is probably the first time, until, the new movie comes out, this is probably the first time we've ever seen Godzilla really do some destruction and actually showing people getting murdered by Godzilla. I mean, people are getting stomped on, people are getting crushed by debris and buildings. There's even the scene where, and I feel so bad for this girl, but there's a scene where this girl's in the hospital, her leg's broken, and Godzilla's just walking by the building, and she's like freaking out, thinking, oh my god, Godzilla's gonna destroy the building, and he walks by, and she's like, oh, okay, he's gone, okay, good, and all of a sudden his tail just destroys the building, and she dies, and I'm like, yeah, it's a violent, for a Godzilla movie, it's pretty violent, obviously until the new movie comes out, because that one's probably going to be even more violent, but for Toho, we actually finally get to see people die. And one last thing that I want to note is the scene where Godzilla's like looking at these people running the first time he appears, and he's charging his breath and he shoots, but then it cuts to this classroom, and all of a sudden a bright flash, and then the teacher's just looking out the window, and you're wondering what is is she looking at Godzilla? But when the camera turns, it looks like a nuke went off, and that scene right there is Toho just saying, hey, remember? it's like a big, oh shit. It's like, yeah, the nuke, World War, yeah, it's just a big, it's just, I don't know. It's a very interesting. It was a smart way to put it in. Very smart way to put it in. But yeah, but that's GMK. I mean, it is an amazing film. Everything about it is great. The special effects are amazing. Because they were done along with the same team who did the Gamera trilogy. I mean, it's just like, this is one of the best Godzilla movies. I think I actually put it as my number 2 favorite movie. If it wasn't for 1984, this movie would probably be my favorite all-time Godzilla film. But we'll see when the new film comes out how my list will change. So, but yeah, so that's all I got for GMK, also known as Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah Giant Monster All-Out Attack. And yeah, so stay tuned for tomorrow for Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, and I'll see you guys then. Stay big, G-fans.